So by now you can tell that I totally lied when I said that the last episode was the final segment in Craig Dennis's podcast. Here is a bonus episode about creativity in tech. We're going to talk about like the value of creativity in tech and having those
Sweet.
like additional side skills and transferable skills that help you being a software developer, but then also any type of job. You could be a consultant, you could be a developer advocate, you could be anything.
Okay.
So two of the experiences that you mentioned were the dunk tank experience and the AI popcorn idea that Lizzie
Mm.
I think came up with.
Yeah,
So I
Lizzie did
guess
that.
the question there is like, is there value in being creative in tech? And if so, how does that play into your actual day-to-day job?
Yeah, for sure. That's a great question. I think being creative in tech is one of why I love doing this work, like this developer relations work, and just in general. I think that like some of the stuff is so dry, and fun is so important to inject. And sometimes you swing and you miss. Like you brought up the dunk tank, and like there was this concept that I had where I was trying to build a I was trying to build a while loop. Like, when I was at Treehouse, I was trying to build this like, okay, I want to show you how a while loop works. So I'm going to use the concept of a dunk tank, and you know what a dunk tank is, right? Like where you're
Yeah.
sitting on the thing. I was actually at a softball game recently, and I saw one out there. People love them. Like there's you're sitting there in the thing, you throw the ball at it, and you keep on throwing the ball until the person falls in the thing. So that's the while loop that I was trying to do, and I got feedback where it was like, "What is a dunk tank?" I was like, oh my gosh, that's not a universal thing. Like I had actually seen these in Guyana. Like I know that they existed in Guyana. And so like I in my mind, I'm like, these are everywhere in the world. Everybody loves these. And I was trying to have fun. And it turns out that not everybody knows that. And I felt really bad. And so what I did was I said out loud in the office, right? This is a good reason for offices. I'm gonna make a call out to offices. In one now, in an office right now, actually, as we speak. To that um I said, "Oh, I wish everybody could experience what a dunk tank feels like." And my video producer, standing behind me and said, "Well, why don't we just get one?" It's like, "What? What do you mean? You can just get a dunk tank?" And they're like, "I think so, yeah." And they looked, and you can rent a dunk tank for $200. It's
That's
$200, and I was
actually
like, "Oh
really
my
cheap.
gosh."
Yeah.
I was really surprised by
Yeah.
by how inexpensive it was. So we got this dunk tank, and like you're probably not allowed to do this. Like, so if the dunk tank people are listening, we took there's a thing so you don't get hit in the face with the ball. Like when they're throwing the ball at you, there's a mesh guard in front of it, and we took that off. Not because it was going to be more controlled than a normal dunk tank experience. And I
Yeah.
sat up there, and we got a GoPro underwater, so we got to see like the shot of me actually getting dunked in there. And I sat up there and said, uh, we had someone on site, and this is like really important. This is like one of the most critical shots because if I get wet, the joke's over, right? So like
Yeah.
I was in my treehouse outfit that you have to wear the same outfit. So it's like everybody knows the shirt that I'm wearing, and I've got bathing suit on, and they said, okay, you're gonna throw three, and I'm gonna tease the person's because we're trying. How do you recreate that on film? How do you recreate the joy of that? And so I did it with this like, oh come on, you throw better exceptions than that, that sort of thing as
Nice.
they're throwing it. So on the third one, and sure enough, he hit the thing just, and the behind the scenes footage is also incredible of this of like they got it, but loved it. The students absolutely loved it. Like even people who knew what a dunk tank was, but I felt like I was able to finally get it there. And like so I think like the amount of fun and the amount of fun that everybody at work had too. Like it was just like it was like we had a carnival in our parking lot of the office where we were at. It was really
Yeah.
fun. And I just so yes, I think that like it's one of those things where it's so important to have fun because it comes through, right? Like it comes, you can have fun, and people want to have fun with this stuff because some of it is a scary, be boring, see overwhelming, So the more that you can have fun, and not, I know not everybody likes that, but
Yeah. I mean, I'm having FOMO just sitting here being like, God, I can't believe I missed that. That sounds like such a fun experience. And I like thinking back to college or just in life, any classes that actually are memorable that I can think back to are the ones with like physics and chemistry, where the professors actually bring in experiments into the classroom, right?
Love
And
that.
yeah, you could argue that, you know, you're actually learning some critical skills when you're watching those experiments. Part of it is just engagement, just like being
Hmm.
able to see those like physical, you know, chemicals blowing up. You might not remember which chemicals they put together or why that blew up, but you're going to have a good memory. It's going to make you want to learn more in the future. And that engagement is really important. And I think that's the same for you, right? Like
Yeah.
watching you fall into a pit of water isn't the thing that's going to teach them how to code, but it's going to make them want to continue learning, which is really
Yep.
important.
Yeah, absolutely. And now everybody knows what a dunk tank is too.
Yeah.
It's also and to your point, like I totally same. I remember my chemistry teacher took us out into the field and he was like, check this out, and threw and it blew up and was like, this is the coolest class ever. And I still remember it. That was so long ago. But yeah, absolutely. 100%. And it was fun. Here's a weird
So
field
fun.
trip that you never get to do that in science class. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's fun.
And
Yeah.
it's even more rare in like programming and computer science
Yeah.
or just like software engineering in general to be able to have that like tangible experience when you're learning.